Then where is she?
She's left. I told her you and your husband went on a honeymoon.
What? Why would you say that?
I didn't want her to see your bruises. Already having a black eye on the first day of your marriage doesn't look good.
He stood just beyond the door. My fingers clenched the blanket. I didn't move. I didn't dare. He took a step forward. I flinched before I could stop myself. Something unreadable flickered across his face. Not anger. Regret. "I won't touch you," he said quietly. The words should have comforted me. Instead, they made my chest ache. Because they sounded like a promise he wasn't sure he could keep, I said nothing. He stayed where he was, hands at his sides, rigid, like a man restraining himself from something dangerous. "From himself? I'm not here to hurt you," he continued, his voice low. I needed to see you." My heart hammered. See me? As if I were proof of something. As if my bruises were evidence in a trial, only he was arguing. I pressed my back deeper into the pillows, the canopy above me suddenly feeling like a cage. "Please leave," I whispered. The silence stretched, fragile, like it might shatter if either of us breathed too hard. Finally, Damien exhaled, long and shaky. "You don't trust me," he said. It wasn't a question, no. I didn't. But I still couldn't say it out loud. His jaw tightened, as if my silence confirmed what he already knew. He nodded once to himself.
"I will sleep in the guest room tonight."
Relief rushed through me so fast it made me dizzy. He turned away. His hand paused on the door handle, but he didn't look back. The door closed softly behind him. Even after his footsteps faded, I didn't relax. Tonight wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. Morning came softly, too softly for the night it followed. I woke to the scent of coffee and something floral drifting through the room. My body remained tense, muscles locked as if sleep hadn't fully released me. Then I saw it. A tray rested on the small table beside my bed, carefully placed, deliberate. Silverware aligned, steam rose from a porcelain cup. Toasted eggs, fruit, and beside it, white lilies. Nestled against the vase was an envelope, my name written across it. I sat up slowly, the sheets sliding down my arms. I reached for the letter. For a second, my fingers hovered, then I opened it.
"Alina, I didn't know how to speak to you without causing more harm, so I chose paper instead. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't raise its voice. I'm sorry. I know those words are small. I know they don't undo anything. I meant what I said last night. I won't touch you unless you ask me to. I won't enter this room unless you allow it. The guest room will be mine for as long as you need it to be. You don't owe me forgiveness or trust, but you deserve peace this morning at least. Eat if you can. Rest if you need to. I'm off to work. You can call me or ask staff if you need anything. Damien."
My hands shook as I folded the letter back into its envelope. My stomach twisted, not with hunger, but with confusion. This version of Damien frightened me more than the rage, because rage was loud. Predictable, this was quiet, controlled, careful, and careful men didn't change overnight. I set the letter down and stared at the closed bedroom door. What was wrong with him? The question formed slowly, carefully, as if my mind was afraid to touch it too roughly. Not what did he do? That part was painfully clear. But what lived inside him that allowed both versions to exist? The man from last night. And the man who left flowers at dawn. People didn't fracture like that without reason. Rage like his didn't come from nowhere, and restraint like this didn't either. One didn't erase the other. They coexisted, tangled, feeding off the same dark root. Was it anger he couldn't control, or control he wielded too well? I thought of the way he'd stood in the doorway, rigid, hands at his sides, like a soldier at attention, like a man gripping the edges of himself so tightly there was nothing left to spill until there was. Was it guilt? Shame? Something broken long before I ever entered his life? Or was I making excuses for him already? The thought made my stomach lurch, because this was how it begins, wasn't it? the apologies, the boundaries disguised kindness, the quiet gestures meant to soothe, to confuse, and to blur the memory of pain. I glanced at the lilies again, white, pure. I pressed my palm against my chest, feeling my heart beat too fast, too shallow. Whatever lived inside Damien wasn't simple anger. It was something disciplined, something contained, something that believed control was the same as change, and that terrified me, because a man who knew he was dangerous and learned how to manage it was still dangerous, just quieter. I swung my legs over the side of the bed, the floor cool beneath my feet, grounding me. I needed to stay clear, awake, honest with myself, no matter how much my mind wanted relief. Last night showed me what he was capable of. This morning showed me he knew it too. And that meant the problem wasn't whether Damien understood what was wrong with him. It was whether he believed understanding was enough. I exhaled slowly and looked toward the window. Something was deeply, thoroughly wrong with my husband, and loving him, if that was even possible, might be the most dangerous thing of all. I wrapped my robe tighter around myself and stepped into the hallway. The house felt different in daylight. I paused at the top of the stairs when I heard voices below. Soft, familiar. My mother's voice. My breath caught. I moved carefully, sore and weary. By the time I reached the sitting room, it was empty except for Margot, seated stiffly, hands folded like she'd been weighty.
Where is my mom? I thought I just heard her voice.
Margot looked up, and for a moment something flickered across her face, hesitation. Maybe even guilt before it smoothed away. Yes, she said. She was here. Relief surged, followed immediately by confusion. I scanned the room again.
Then where is she?
She's left. I told her you and your husband went on a honeymoon.
What? Why would you say that?
I didn't want her to see your bruises. Already having a black eye on the first day of your marriage doesn't look good.
So you're hiding this from my mother? That should have been my decision.
Elena, she is sick, please.
So the solution is to lie? To send her away thinking I'm happy?
I was protecting her.
No. You were protecting yourself and this marriage.
This marriage is fragile right now. Scandal will not help anyone.
What about me?
She hesitated. That was answer enough. I felt something inside me settle. Not calm, not peace, but clarity. A cold, sharp understanding. They were all trying to manage the damage. And I was the damage. I turned away from her and headed back toward the stairs. My legs unsteady, but my resolve firming with every step. If the truth was going to be buried, it wouldn't be with my consent.
No, everything is fine. I just missed you.
Hope you are enjoying your honeymoon. Yes, Mom. And you, are you taking your medication? I am, child. Mrs. Margot sends us money. She is a good woman. Okay, Mom, take care of yourself, okay?
Hang up, woman. Let the newly couple enjoy their honeymoon.
Won't you at least say hi to your daughter?
My chest hollowed. I wasn't surprised. Still, it hurt. After everything I've done to please him, he couldn't even say hi. I sat long after the call ended. Hours passed, sitting, lying, pacing. By late afternoon, boredom crept in. I needed air, space, something that wasn't soaked in memory and fear.